Good morning, everyone. Now, today we will start our new chapter, that is complex number and quadratic equation. Firstly, we need to know the basics of this chapter. So, we will start from natural number. Since we have already studied this in our previous classes or in smaller classes, but we are still going to revise this so that we will get a better perspective of complex number and what are these number and how we fit this complex number into our arrangement of numbers system. Firstly, natural number. So the number 1, 2, 3 and so on are known as natural number. Or we can say that natural means nature. The numbers that exist in nature are known as natural number. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. Since we don't see 0 in our nature, so 0 is not included in natural number. Moving forward, we have whole number. What are whole number? Numbers that completes the set. Since in natural number we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on, 9, 10, 11, 12. We formed a number and 10 is there, but 0 is not included in this. So when 0 plus all natural numbers, when we take the collection of 0 and all natural number, we get whole number. That is number that start from 0 and move forwards, so on, are known as whole number. Now let us move towards integers. What are integers? Integers are the representation of natural number 0 and their negative parts and so on. So these are known as integers. Moving forward, we have rational number. What are rational number? Any number that can be represented in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and the value of Q cannot be equal to 0 are known as rational number. Example of this is 2 by 3, 4 by 7, minus 3 by minus 2, 0 by 1, 2 by 1, 1 by 0 is not rational number because here the denominator is 0. That is the second condition of rational number, that the denominator should not be 0. Now we have got some idea of what are natural number, integers, rational numbers. Now moving forward, we have some number that cannot be represented in the form of P upon Q. These numbers are known as irrational number. And the collection of rational and irrational number are known as real number. Irrational number like under root 2, under root 3, under root 4, under root not 4, under root 5. These are irrational number. So the collection of both rational and irrational number is real number. It means the numbers that exist in our real world. And then there are imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers. What are imaginary numbers? The numbers that are thoroughly based on our imagination, means that are not in our maths but are made because they are imaginary. We have thought of that. Let us take an example of class 10th, chapter 4th. In class chapter 4th, we have studied exercise 4.3, in which we have to find the real root of an equation. There are two ways to find the real root of an equation, means quadratic equation. Here we are talking about quadratic equation. A quadratic equation is one which includes x square in it. So there are two ways to find the answer of this equation. The first is middle term split, and the second is formula of t, or let's say it by formula. We are not going to talk about this, but we are going to understand what is by formula, how we find the real roots by formula. The formula is, that is alpha, let us say x is equal to minus b plus minus under root of d is equal divided by 2a. Here we find the value of d, and how we find the value of d? D is equal to b square minus 4ac. Since the value of d can be of three types. First, positive. If the value of d is positive, means after finding b square minus 4ac, if the value of d is positive, we have real roots. If the value is 0, we have real and equal roots. If the value is negative, we do not have any root. Leave the first two cases and focus on third case. Here, if the value of d is negative, let us say the value of d comes minus 3, and then if we put the value of d here, we will get minus b plus minus under root of minus 3 divided by 2. You will see that in no case we will get the value of this, because in under root and minus 3 it is insolvable. We cannot solve this. It cannot be solved. So that's why we introduce a new term known as imaginary numbers. So what are imaginary numbers? Numbers that solve the problem of minus in an under root is known as imaginary numbers. So in imaginary number we have iota. But we have iota. Iota is equal to under root of minus 1. What is iota? Iota is under root of minus 1. It is the value of iota. And this is called imaginary numbers. Any doubt? Now, moving forward, if we collect real number plus imaginary number, we will get complex number. So it means, what is the definition of complex number? The collection of real numbers, all the real numbers, and imaginary is known as complex number. And in this chapter we are going to represent it as how complex number are represented? A plus iota b, where a is real number and b is imaginary number represented by iota. Any doubt? Please take the screenshot. Now moving forward, we are going to find some values of iota. Let us clear, since we know that the value of iota is under root of minus 1. What if we have to find the value of iota square? How we are going to find it? Since iota square is iota into iota. Write the value of iota, under root of minus 1 into under root of minus 1. Under root of minus 1 whole square, square and under root is cancelled out. So we get the value of iota square, that is iota square is equal to minus 1. But if we have to find the value of iota cube, how we are going to do so? Firstly, we know that iota cube is equal to iota square into iota. Write the value of iota square, that is minus 1 into iota. So the value of iota cube is minus iota. If we have to find the value of iota 4, how we are going to do so? Since we know that we can write iota 4 into iota square into iota square. What is the value of iota square? That is minus 1 into minus 1. So the value of iota raised to power 4 is 1. But if we have to find the value of iota raised to power 5. How we are going to do so? Write it as the product of two previous numbers, that is iota cube into iota square, or you can write it as iota 4 into iota as well. So write it, iota cube is minus iota into iota square is minus 1, minus minus is cut, so it is iota. Or you can do it in this way, iota 4 is 1 multiplied by iota, so the answer will be iota. You can find its answer in multiple ways as you want. What if the power is much higher? How you are going to solve that then? Just remember these four values. First is equal to minus iota and iota 4 is equal to 1. Just remember these four values first, and then we are going to find the values of rest of the thing. Let us say we have to find the value of iota raised to power 25. How we are going to do so? Firstly, divide 25 with respect to 4. Always you have to divide the power with respect to 4 always. So 4, 6 24, we get 1s remainder. So you are going to break this into iota, what? 4 into 6 plus 1. Take this and this as two separate numbers. Iota 4 multiplied by 6 into iota raised to power 1. Write it as iota 4 and 6 outside the bracket into what is the value of iota into 1 is iota. And what is the value of iota raised to power 4 is 1. 1 raised to power 6. 1 raised to power anything is always 1 multiplied by iota, so we'll get the answer iota here. In similar ways, let us find a much bigger value, that is iota raised to power 32. How we are going to do so? Iota raised to power 32, firstly divide this 32 with respect to 4. But we are going to have 4 raised to power 4 8 ja 32, and we will get the remainder 0. So write it as iota 4 into 8 plus 0. You will get iota 4 into 8 into iota raised to power 0. You can write this iota raised to power 4, write it outside the bracket, into anything raised to power 0 is 1, iota raised to power 4 is also 1, 1 raised to power 8 into 1. Anything 1 raised to power anything is 1 into 1, that the answer of this question is 1. Now let us take a power in negative as well. But if we have to find the value of iota minus 19, how we are going to solve this? Since we know that a formula is there, a raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 upon a, or you can say that a raised to power minus n is equal to 1 upon a raised to power n. So here we are going to use here n is 19, so we will get 1 upon iota raised to power 19. Now solve this. Divide 19 with respect to 4. 4 ja 16, and you will get the remainder 3. 1 upon iota 4 into 4 plus 3. 1 upon iota 4 into 4 multiplied by iota raised to power 3. So here we will get 1 upon iota 4. Leave this 4 outside the bracket always. 4 into iota. Iota raised to power 3 is minus iota. Solve this. 1 upon iota raised to power 4 is 1 into 4 into minus iota. And the answer will be 1 upon 1 multiplied by minus iota. So you will get 1 upon minus iota, or you can write it as 1 upon minus 1 upon iota. Or you can also write it as minus 1 into iota raised to power minus 1. Whatever the way you like, you can write it in any form. Let us move to another question of iota raised to power minus 43. How we are going to solve this? Similarly, applying the formula a raised to power minus n is equal to 1 upon a raised to power n. But we will get 1 upon iota raised to power 43. Divide 43 with respect to 4. You will get 4 10 ja 40, left with 3 only. So what will we have? Let us take 42 here, so we will get a different answer from the previous one. So you will get 2 as a remainder. We can write 1 upon iota 4 into 10 plus 2. We can write it as 1 upon iota 4, leave 10 outside the bracket, into iota raised to power 2. 1 upon iota 4 is 1 raised to power 10, multiply by iota square. What is the value of iota square? That is minus 1. 1 upon 1 raised to power 10 is 1, multiply by minus 1. So this will be 1 upon minus 1. You can write minus 1 above. So minus 1 upon 1, that is the answer is minus 1 here. I am going to give you some homework based on it, so you can find the answer of it and write it in comment section, so that you get the better perspective of how to find the value of any of iota raised to power anything. So the homework first question is iota raised to power 47. Second is iota raised to power 94. Third is iota raised to power minus 39. Fourth, iota raised to power minus 96. And fifth is iota raised to power minus 83. Please take the screenshot. Now let us move towards the exercise based question. The first question is that we have given a numerical numbers and we have to represent this in complex number form. What is complex number form? That is a plus iota b. Here a is real part and this is imaginary part. How we are going to do so? Let us solve this first. That is 5 iota multiplied by minus 3 by 5 iota. 5 and 5 got cancelled out because it is in the numerator and it is in the denominator. Then we will get minus 3 into iota is iota square. Minus 3, putting the value of iota, that is under root of minus 1 square and under root got cancelled out. So we will get minus 3 into minus 1 and the answer will be 3. And now we are going to represent it in the form of complex number. How we are going to do so? Since this answer is real number, so we write it as 3 plus, and there is no imaginary number, so we are going to write iota, and in the place of b we are going to write 0. So thus we have write the answer in the form of complex number. Moving forward, let us solve second question. The second question is iota raised to power 9 plus iota raised to power 19. Yes. Now let us solve this. Firstly, let us write the value of iota is equal to under root of minus 1, iota square is equal to minus 1, iota cube is equal to minus iota, and iota 4 is equal to 1, because we are going to use this in it. Firstly, iota raised to power 9, so divide 9 with respect to 4, 4 2 are 8 and remainder is 1, so we are going to write this as iota 4 multiplied by 2 plus 1 plus iota, divide 19 with respect to 4, you get 4 4 just 16 and remainder is 3. We will get 4 into 4 plus 3. Iota, write 4 and 2 outside the bracket into iota raised to power 1 plus iota 4, make 4 outside the bracket into iota raised to power 3. What is iota raised to power 4 is 1 raised to power 2, and iota 1 is iota, plus iota raised to power 4 is 1 raised to power 4 into iota raised to power 3 is minus iota. 1 square is 1 into iota, plus 1 raised to power 4 is 1 into minus iota. 1 into iota is iota minus iota. For iota minus iota is 0, just like 4 minus 4 is 0, or you can say that x minus x is 0. Similarly, iota minus iota is 0. Now we have to represent this answer in the form of a plus iota b. So how we are going to do so? Since the real part is 0 plus iota, and imaginary part is also 0 because we cannot locate it here, so iota plus iota 0 is the answer of it. Thus you can also write that therefore a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 0. Now moving forward to the third question. Third question is iota raised to power minus 39. But this question is already given as the homework to you, so please find it by yourself. So let us move to the fourth question. The fourth question is 3 into 7 plus iota 7 plus iota into 7 plus iota 7. How we are going to solve this? Let us multiply this 3 into the bracket. You will get 7 into 3 is 21 plus 3 into iota 7 plus iota into 7 is 7 iota plus 7 into iota is iota into iota is iota square. here you will get 21 plus 3 into 7 is 21 iota plus 7 iota plus 7 into iota square. So you will get 21 plus 21 iota plus 7 iota, just like you have solved this in your previous class. 7x plus 8x, you will get 15x. Similarly, here 12 iota, take iota as a variable. 12 iota plus 7 iota will be 28 iota plus 7 into, write the value of iota square, you can directly write it as -1, or you can put the value of iota under root of -1 and then cut square into under root and you will get -1 as well. 21 plus 28 iota minus 7. Now look here, this is real part, this is imaginary part because it has iota in it, and this is again a real part. You are going to subtract real part from real part. So 21 minus 7 is 14 plus 28 iota. And hence you have already represented it in the form of a plus iota b. Any doubts? Now let's move forward to next question. The fifth question is 1 minus iota minus iota, minus 1 plus iota 6. Let us solve this. 1 minus iota, write it as it is, and minus 1 is going to be entered into the bracket. Minus minus is plus 1 and minus plus is minus iota raised to iota 6. So this is real part, this is imaginary part, this is real part, and this is imaginary part. Let us add both the real part. 1 plus 1 is 2, and let us add both the imaginary part as well. So you will get minus 1 iota and minus 6 iota. After this you will get 2 minus iota 7, and thus we have represented it in the form of a minus iota b, where a is 2 and b is minus 7. A plus iota b, sorry. A plus iota b, where a is 2 and b is minus 7. Any doubt? You can also represent it as 2 plus iota minus 7. Any doubts? Now I am going to give you some homework so you can practice them and have a better perspective of these questions. The first question will be 2 into 3 plus 4 iota minus 7 into 7 iota into 1 plus iota. Second will be 3 into 4 plus 8 iota minus 8 into iota plus 4. Third will be 7 iota plus 8 iota square plus 9 iota cube. Fourth will be 3 into 2 plus iota plus 7. And the last one will be 8 plus 9 into 7 plus iota minus 8 iota. Please do this homework, and that's all for today's class. Thank you very much.